Hello everyone, welcome back to the Play On Podcast Football Edition. In this part, we're talking about the action that happened in the Leinster Football Championship over the weekend. And the first game out of the three that we're going to have a look at is the Offaly versus Louth game, which went to extra time, and Offaly ended up winning the game by 3 goals and 19 points to 19 points. Now, me and you both said that Offaly would be hot favourites for this game, rightfully so, of course, achieving promotion from Division 3, whereas Louth achieved promotion from Division 4. But in my mind, Offaly were quite lucky to get the win. I mean, I know that they did play good football, but all three of their goals, were quite lucky. As amazing as it was, Bernard Allen's, goal into the top corner started from a terrible kick out by Craig Lynch, who decided to kick it short at the last minute and it was intercepted. mcNamee's shot was blocked. Bernard Allen was clearly going for a point, ended up in the top corner. Apart from that, the other goals, the third goal, a shot from Bernard Allen, came off the post. Now, mcNamee was there to pick up the rebound, set it up for Peter Cunningham. And the second goal was, almost even worse from a Louth perspective. It just bounced over the Louth defender, Donald McKinney, and it was hand passed across by Peter Cunningham for Niall mcNamee to get his goal. And that was in extra time, when the pressure was really on and Louth just kind of folded. So, Offaly, maybe it was a little bit of, the momentum getting checked by that huge defeat to Derry in the league final. But, they got the job done. They dumped out Mickey Hart's Louth. How do you see them now going into the Kildare game? That's a massive jump up in quality compared to Louth.
Yeah, well, look, they would have. This was a game they were probably expecting to win. They had a good kind of Division 3 campaign. And look, we kind of questioned whether were they right to take the league final. I think this result, I suppose, completely vindicates that decision. That not often kind of Offaly are going to be in a national kind of final, and they'd every right to compete for that game, and it's had no kind of impact obviously on morale since they managed to get over the line, albeit in extra time this week. So I think kind of they'll be delighted. Kind of they got a good test, I suppose. Offaly, they're really kind of Louth really gave it a good game. So I think that will stand them going into Kildare game next week. They won't be the favourites, of course, but I think I think they'll be happy enough going in.
Yeah, and a huge plus for Offaly, of course, was how good Niall mcNamee played. Now, he's often come off the bench. He's been using that role since his return to the panel under John Mahon. But he started this game and he was taken off only with 5 minutes to go in extra time. So clearly he still has the fitness to play championship football. Would you start him against Kildare, or would you use his impact coming off the bench at a key moment if Offaly can hold Kildare for long enough to then bring mcNamee on, or would you start him to keep in touch with Kildare?
Oh, no, absolutely. I think he has to be starting now at this stage. I think that at the weekend kind of that showed why he's still like a class above everyone really, and he's probably the most naturally talented player on that Offaly team. So I think he will, and probably has to start at against Kildare. Probably gives them their best chance is when the more minutes he's on the pitch, the better chance they have, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, Louth did give them a good test, definitely, and they'll be a bit more battle hardened going into the Kildare game than we would have predicted. I thought that Louth would hang on in there for the first half and then Offaly would put them away in the second. But, Offaly's goal, Louth found themselves 3 points down with 5 minutes to go. Sam Mulroy kicked 2 in a row to level it for them after they managed to get 1 point closer before he kicked his brace. He's an outstanding footballer. He's been absolutely huge for Louth over the last few years. That brought it to extra time. Liam Jackson had a goal chance in extra time, which was well saved by Paddy Dunnican. That was a big moment. And I think Louth will kind of look at this game, something to build on there. They've got a good midfield partnership, Bevan Duffy and Kieran Byrne. Kieran Byrne was fantastic, by the way. He scored a great point to make it 13 points apiece. There is something there for Louth. If they hadn't have made those mistakes, every goal that Offaly scored, I cannot stress this enough, came off of poor Louth decision-making or defending. So they kind of have themselves to blame that they're out of the championship. So, it'd be interesting to see now with Mickey Hart if he irons out those mistakes and if Louth can continue to evolve now next year. Do you think that they should be aiming for promotion from Division 3 the way he has them playing?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think that has to be the objective every time. Obviously, look, they'll be hoping next year. I know Mickey Hart was upset that there was no kind of backdoor system this year. So, look, I think we can't predict like what it's going to be structure wise next year. But I think they'll be hoping that to have a backdoor next year, and that maybe they could perhaps go on a run through that next year, and instead of just being such a short kind of season for them. So yeah, I think kind of positives for Louth. Obviously, not the results they would have liked, the championship win, of course, but yeah, I think it was not a bad year for them, and they'll be hoping to keep building.
Yeah, they do have the footballers there to do it. Very talented players. Samuel Roy, as I've mentioned, Kieran Byrne. So, under Mickey Hart's guidance, it will be definitely interesting to see where this project ends up, because with Peter Fitzpatrick there as the chairman, how early he approached Mickey Hart and how much, effort he put into getting him. It's clear that there is a bit of ambition there, but it's just so hard for them being, in a province with Dublin just overlooking everything.
Yeah, completely, and that's the problem when we're analysing these Leinster games, and we will come to this as well. Like that, teams to have Dublin on the horizon, and that they can have a great result, but that they know they have to play Dublin next week and stuff like that. So it's I think it's kind of provoked kind of a lot of debate on structures of Leinster championships and whether reforms are coming and stuff as well. But but I suppose you just have to look at this game just based on its merits, and great win for Offaly, I suppose, and their championship just continue for another week anyway.